These are the new Max brakes that I got in. They're not too bad. They look pretty darn good, actually. These are the Premium XDS rotors. So we're going to put those on. We're going to check those out and see how they turn out. The rears here, looking pretty good, pretty decent. These are the carbon ceramic pads. I chose this combo. This is probably one of their better combos from Max Brakes, Canadian company, and the price is excellent. So I want to try these out, save some money. Step 1. Remove all the four wheels. You will need a 19mm or 3/4 socket. Step 2. Remove the retainer bolts with a skinny 15mm wrench and a 13mm socket that are fastened in the caliper to the caliper mounting bracket. Pull the caliper off the rotor and remove the two brake pads. Just push them towards the center and out the caliper. It's easier to do the side opposite of the piston first. Be careful with the caliper. It's pretty heavy, and if you drop it, it can pull the brake line. Pull the pads off. Super easy. Oh, thank you. Step 3. Remove the rotor from the axle. It can be a little tight at first. When doing your rears, just make sure you have your parking brake released. This is a good time to check your axle seal and the condition of your parking brake pads and actuators. Now that the brake pads are out, we'll need to push the piston into the caliper slightly. You do this because the new brake pads will likely be larger than the old ones because of wear. This is easily done with a large C-clamp and tighten down until the piston is flush with the caliper. Step 4. Now we're ready to install our new pads. This time around I decided to try some Max Brakes carbon ceramic pads. There are two metal clips that go on either end of the brake pads, 4 per side. They provide a sliding surface between the caliper and the ears of the brake pad. Now you can put the brake pads back in your caliper. They install the same way they were removed. Reinstall the two caliper retaining bolts into the axle. Step 5. Install the new rotor and remount the caliper bracket, not the piston part, to the spindle knuckle arm. Slide the caliper over the pads and rotor and line up the bolt holes. Bolt the caliper to the caliper bracket. Torque caliper and caliper bracket bolts to 11 foot-pounds. Step 6. Bleed the brakes to remove air from the brake line. First, make sure the brake fluid is full to the top. The next step is to loosen off the bleeder screw. Once the screw is loose, you can then have the brake fluid flow through that and get rid of any air that is in the line. Now that the bleeder screw is open, have a buddy pump down on the brakes several times. Before he releases the pedal, close the bleeder screw. This prevents sucking air back into the brake caliper. Repeat this process until you see a constant stream of fluid with no bubbles. Then you can close the bleeder screw. The last step here is to replace your wheels and your lugs. You're going to drop that car to the ground to finish off tightening the bolts to 120 foot-pounds of torque. As you can see here, they are on. I did not paint my calipers. I wish I did because they're rusted through and through. But yeah, they're on there. It's done. Not too hard at all. It took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours max to get it all done. Thanks for watching, guys.